A good queen's goal is to end wars, not start them. You walk to Hiro's room, completely unfazed. You've been trained to control nervousness, after all. You will rule someday. You knocked on his door softly, and you heard his quiet voice invite you in. You push open the door and walk inside. Haru is sitting at his desk, papers and books sprawled out in front of him. He looks stressed. Haru, I'm sorry. He looks at you, and his lips curl up into a small smile. I'm sorry too. He apologized. It's just, even if we aren't really siblings, I still see you as my little sister. I love you. He stands up and hugs you, then pulls away and looks you in the eyes. And if anyone tries to do anything to you, I'll be there. You stop him. Remember, Hiro, you are going to take Father's place someday, so you must not cherish your reputation. He laughs. I would, for you, as long as you're safe. Thank you, and I will always, always consider you family. No matter what our past may be, or what happens. You smile at him, and he smiles back. What would be better get ready for the party tomorrow, sister. It'll be a wild ride, he says. Do you like the decorations, Your Highness? Your personal maid asked you. You yawned. Yes, very much, but why did I have to get up so early? You were already in the party gown, even though it's already 2 hours until the bidding actually started. The hall where the party will be is held extravagantly decorated, more than usual. You sighed. Is Father really that excited to get rid of you? Great. As if he could read your thoughts, Haru came up to you from behind. You know, I guess they were right. You asked. Apparently, when Dad was a boy, they called him the Party Prince, he laughs. And honestly, I can see why. He loves to throw parties, even if it's one selling his daughter. You laughed at him. Father has always been so extra. Why didn't the maids make you dress up? You asked him, looking at the simple outfit. He scoffs. Do you seriously think they can stuff me in tight suit for a whole 4 hours? I may be a prince, but I'm also a human. At least your dress looks comfortable. Well, you said, besides the fact that I can barely breathe, it's quite comfortable. My dear children, your father wrapped his arms around the two of you. Don't you two just love parties? You looked at Hiro, and he smirks, proving his point. We'd better get ready for the guests. Oh, he then looks at you. By the way, whatever family you marry into will stay at our palace for a night. Why? So you can get to know your new husband, of course. Your father chuckles. Now, meet me at the gates in half an hour. They will arrive soon. And with that, he leaves. But, of course, Haru had been right behind him. Welcome to the Mizuku Kingdom, your father says to the Bakugos. The prince mumbles something and his father elbows him. You can tell he's about to yell at her, but she's quickly start talking before he can. My name is Queen Mitsuki, and this is my son Katsuki. By the way, if you've watched Kingdoms with Bakugo, this isn't the same universe. She gestures to the boy next to her. His hair is spiky and ash blonde, and he's wearing normal prince attire. But, he does not give off princely vibes. He glares at you, looking you up and down. You simply smile. The king, who is standing beside both of them, is quiet, and Queen Mitsuki smiles at him. I'm Queen Matsuru, the man says, and I thank you for inviting us to your palace. Your father smiles. Welcome, welcome. Please come in. The Bakugo family enters, their personal guards trailing behind them. Each suitor invited was allowed to bring one or both of their parents and 2 guards. You sighed, glad to finally have that over with. The Bakugos were the second to last guests to arrive. King Toshinori couldn't make it due to the personal problem, so now you just had to wait for the Todorokis. You'd never met the prince, but you heard many rumors about him, especially about his quirk. It's rumored he has two, ice on one side and fire on the other. You've also heard the maids gossiping. He's completely ethereal, and his quirk? Talk about hot, literally. You'd never had a boyfriend, and you'd never really wanted one. Life was simple, and you'd only heard bad things about romance. Besides, you knew you were going to get married to some stranger someday, so why even bother? Not that the thought hadn't crossed your mind before. You sighed. You still hoped to marry Tenya, as he's the only suitor you've actually had a decent conversation with so far. You don't want to marry a complete stranger. Well, 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 you hear your father say. Look who's late. You look up to see the Flame King, Endeavor. He smiles at you, taking in your appearance. So, this is the princess. Not bad, Mizuka. You shuddered, but maintained a smile. You haven't spotted the prince yet. Your father frowns. Please, come in. He gestures to the door. Shoto. The foreign king shouts behind him. A boy, your age, practically steps forward. The prince, you assume. His hair is half white and half red, and the right side of his face is covered in a horrible scar. He is, in fact, handsome, but you can't help but wonder what happened to him. He doesn't speak. He just bows and glares at his father. Inside, everyone is mingling and eating snacks. Go on, dear. Go socialize. Your father pats you on the back. You will be marrying one of them. You straightened your posture and headed over to the nearest suitor, Princess, holy moly, Prince Katsuki Bakugo. Your Highness, you bow to the boy. He scowls. Just so you know, I have no intention of marrying you, extra. I only came because the old hag made me. You were used to dealing with people like him. Any good queen would be. I understand. Please enjoy the party, Katsuki. You quickly walked away, giving him no time to respond. What a jerk. Oh, Princess Mizuka. You heard a familiar voice call out to you. Princess Yaoyorozu? You addressed the fellow princess and heir. You'd spoken to her briefly when she entered the palace, and she's very polite, as you expected of a Yaoyorozu, and fellow soon-to-be queen. I can't wait to see your quirk in action, she says excitedly. You look at her quizzled. She then continues. In the letter my family received, it said we would be shown a demonstration of your quirk during the party. Honestly, she giggles, I don't want to marry you. I just want to see how your quirk works. Plus, it would have been rude to decline the invitation. You don't know what to say. I'm sorry, Yaoyorozu, but I must find my father. You apologizing, excusing yourself. She says she understands, and you ran off to find him. A quirk demonstration? What the hell is he thinking? I could kill everybody here! Hey guys, before I end this episode, I do want to say, sorry if you hear like buzzing noises or anything. Where I live, it is fucking hot as shit right now, even though we're entering winter soon. Well, I should say fall, but it is hot. So, for a couple of videos, you're going to hear a fan going. Sorry guys, but anyways, I love you all so much. Bye! Mwah!